If you like this video and want to see more, please hit the red subscribe button now. Austria is a land of incredible beauty. You see majestic mountains, rolling green hills, charming villages nestled in quiet valleys, but what makes Austria truly special is its history. Not just in books, it's written in stone across the landscape, castles, hundreds scattered across the country. Each one tells a story of power, art, time. Not just old buildings, symbols of Austria's long and important past. They connect us to emperors, knights, noble families. Exploring these castles is like stepping into a different world, a world where fairy tales and history meet. These structures served many purposes. Some were mighty fortresses, others were grand palaces, Schlosser. Today, these castles are living parts of Austrian culture. In our journey today, we'll take a virtual tour of 3 castles. Let's begin our adventure into Austria's castle heritage. Our first stop takes us to the beautiful city of Salzburg. This is the city of Mozart. The sound of music, high above its charming streets and church spires, something else commands your attention. It is the Hohensalzburg fortress, one of the largest, best-preserved medieval castles in Europe. It sits on the Festungsberg hill. From here it watches over the city like a silent, powerful guardian. Its white walls, strong towers, a modern funicular railway lifts you up the steep hill in about a minute. The history begins long ago, the year 1077, built originally by Archbishop Gebhard. At first just a small castle. Over the next centuries it grew and grew. Each archbishop added new walls, towers, buildings. Its hilltop location made attacks very difficult. In fact, no army ever conquered Hohensalzburg. Walk around and you see different styles from different eras. Thick, rough stone walls of the early medieval sections, then more elegant late Gothic rooms, a testament to the power and endurance of Salzburg's prince-archbishops. As we begin our virtual tour inside Hohensalzburg, we find ourselves in a vast network of courtyards and passages. The stone under our feet is worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. The scale of the place is overwhelming. Imagine soldiers in armor marching through these very courtyards. Look up at the high walls and the narrow windows. These were designed for archers to defend the fortress. One of the first things you might notice is the Krautum, or powder tower. This tower once stored the fortress's gunpowder. The main courtyard is a bustling area. From the courtyard we can enter the famous prince's chambers. The most stunning room is the Golden Hall. Its ceiling is covered with gold buttons that look like stars in a night sky. The walls are decorated with intricate wood carvings. Another incredible room is the Golden Chamber, and the elaborate tiled stove show the wealth and taste of the Archbishop. The Fortress Museum tells the story of the castle's history, but perhaps the most unique is the Marionette Museum. From the top of the Rekturm or Rek Tower, the view is absolutely breathtaking. It is the perfect place to end our tour of Hohensalzburg, with a stunning panorama of the city and the surrounding mountains. Now let's journey east to the countryside, just north of Vienna. Here, nestled among the rolling hills and forests of Lower Austria, we find a castle that looks like it was plucked directly from a knight's tale. This is Burg Kreuzenstein. With its pointed towers, sturdy drawbridge and imposing stone walls, it is the very picture of a perfect medieval fortress. But there is a fascinating secret to this castle. While it looks ancient, the structure we see today is not actually from the Middle Ages. It is a reconstruction built in the 19th century. The original castle on this site was destroyed during a war in the 17th century and lay in ruins for 200 years. His name was Count Johann Nepomuk Wilczek. He was a wealthy nobleman, a great explorer, and an art collector. In the late 1800s, he decided to rebuild the ruined castle of his ancestors. He wanted to create an authentic-looking medieval fortress. To do this, he traveled all over Europe. He bought original medieval building parts like columns. He then had these historical pieces transported back to Kreuzenstein and incorporated them into the new castle. A dream of the past, brought to life with stone, wood, and an incredible amount of dedication. As we step inside Burg Kreuzenstein, we enter a world that is both a castle and a museum. If you like this video and want to see more, please hit the red subscribe button now. Count Wilczek did not just rebuild the walls. He filled the castle with his enormous collection of medieval art and artifacts. Every room is packed with treasures. Our tour begins in the castle courtyard, the beautiful well, the arcaded walkways, the great knight's hall, wide reveal. It has a high vaulted ceiling and large windows that look out over the surrounding countryside. The walls are decorated with old tapestries and suits of armor. A long wooden table runs down the center of the room, ready for a medieval banquet. At one end of the hall is a massive fireplace, big enough to roast an entire ox. It is easy to imagine Count Wilczek hosting grand dinners here, surrounded by his amazing collection, living out his medieval fantasy. The armory is a highlight for many visitors. It contains one of the largest private collections of historical weapons and armor in Austria. Then there is the castle kitchen, and a large collection of copper pots and pans. Perhaps the most astonishing room in the castle is the chapel. To create it, Count Wilczek purchased original parts from a 15th century church, including the stained glass windows and the beautifully carved altarpiece. You're walking through a collector's masterpiece, a carefully crafted work of art where every detail helps to build a powerful and romantic illusion of the past. Our final destination takes us to Graz, Austria's second largest city. On the outskirts of the city, we find a palace completely different from the fortresses we have seen. This is Schloss Eggenberg. From the outside, it looks like a beautiful and elegant Baroque palace, surrounded by a peaceful park. It is a complex architectural masterpiece designed to represent the universe itself. The entire palace is a carefully constructed allegory, a statement about time, the stars, and humanity's place in the cosmos. It was built in the 17th century for a very powerful and intellectual nobleman named Prince Hans Ulrich von Eggenberg. The prince was an advisor to the Holy Roman Emperor, and he was a man fascinated by science, astronomy, and philosophy. The palace has 365 windows, one for each day of the year. It has 52 main rooms, one for each week of the year. There are 24 staterooms for the 24 hours in a day. The palace has 4 towers, representing the 4 seasons. This intricate design turns the building into a giant calendar and a model of the cosmos. The heart of the palace is the magnificent planetary room. The ceiling shows the 7 classical planets: Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. The walls are decorated with the 12 signs of the zodiac. The palace is set within a large and beautiful park. Peacocks roam freely through the gardens, adding to the magical atmosphere. Schloss Eggenberg, with its unique combination of art, science, and nature, is so important that it was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Our virtual tour of these 3 remarkable Austrian castles has shown us just a glimpse of the country's rich historical landscape, from the commanding heights of Hohensalzburg Fortress to the romantic dream of Burg Kreuzenstein and the intellectual elegance of Schloss Eggenberg. Each castle tells a unique and powerful story. They are much more than just piles of old stones. These castles are vital because they make history accessible to everyone, but walking through the courtyards of Hohensalzburg makes that history feel real. But seeing the armor in Kreuzenstein's armory gives you a true sense of their world. But standing in the planetary room at Eggenberg allows you to experience that worldview. Preserving these magnificent structures is a task of great importance. It requires the dedicated work of craftspeople to keep them standing. This preservation is not just about protecting old buildings, it is about safeguarding our collective memory. We ensure that future generations will also have the chance to walk through these halls, to marvel at their beauty, and to connect with their own history in a meaningful way. They are dynamic places that continue to play a role in Austrian life, hosting events and welcoming visitors from all corners of the globe. They remind us that history is all around us, waiting to be explored. They are a testament to the enduring power of human creativity and the timeless appeal of a good story written in stone. If you like this video and want to see more, please hit the red subscribe button now. Sunset over a castle.